Hello students, here's the second video on our food decision, our monthly grocery decision. So again, we started off, our initial condition is the family is purchasing 75 junk food meals per month at $2 per meal with their budget at 200. So this is the initial condition. So let's say that a policy is implemented and it affects this household. So you could say this is a treatment or intervention that may affect how it may affect our behavior and decision making. So the first policy we want to look at is SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which gives families that are near the poverty line additional sources for food. Now, the way SNAP works is that you get your EBT card and you can spend it in different ways. You can buy many things in the grocery store other than already prepared food. Pretty much anything else you find in food-wise in a grocery store you can buy. That means you can spend it on junk food. You can use your SNAP money for Cheetos and cola, or you can spend it on healthy food, fresh produce and things like that. So let's say that this family qualifies, this household qualifies for an additional $100 a month in SNAP. What does that do? Well, essentially, you're going to have that same $200 in your budget, but now you get an additional $100, taking you up to $300. So your new budget here, budget 2, B2, is equal to 300. Okay? So if I have $300 now SNAP has not affected directly the price of junk food or healthy food. Now I have $300. If I can, what you do here is you rethink the possibilities when you get to the grocery store. Now I have $300. I could spend that all on $2 meals, and that would give me 150 meals. So I could spend all that money, $300, and get 150 $2 junk food meals. That's one extreme, much like last time. On the opposite extreme, I could fill my grocery cart with $4 meals. 300 divided by 4 would give me 70. Yes. Sorry, brain fart here. 75 meals. I believe that is correct. So the extremes is this new line here. Okay, this gives me a new budget constraint, BC2. Okay. So I have a new budget constraint here. I have more than I can do with my money. Now, the question is, what does the person do? Well, the answer is, based on their initial conditions, we don't know. They could continue to keep a 75% of their budget towards junk food. So 75% would, that would bring them out here in some ways, right? That could be what they do. They could go more extreme if their preferences are such, say their preferences are such that they look like this, they might spend all that money and move from C1 to C2. That's one possibility. And the quantity of their junk food meals goes up to 125. If that's their preferences, we would see SNAP being related to greater consumption of junk food. And again, it would not increase their consumption of nutritious or healthy food. On the other hand, we might see that a person who had preferences more like this might move up this way. move from C1 to C2B. Okay? What would be going on here is we'd be seeing a much greater consumption, almost a doubling of nutritional meals. So SNAP, if that were the case, SNAP would be creating more healthier and nutritious eating by the family. Of course, what does this depend on? What does the family do? Well, it depends on their preferences. So we might not be able to say a priori because we don't know what a family does because we don't know what their true preferences and or situation is. So it could be either. So as far as what they do, their actual decision is ambiguous. Going from C1 to C2 or to C2B, we don't know. That depends on their preferences. Okay, so let's put that in. What do they do? The answer is it depends on their preferences and their situation. What is unambiguous here, though? Okay, the thing that is unambiguous here is this. What does it mean for someone to be at point zero? Well, in this case, it means your family is not getting any food. Starvation, essentially. The origin on this point is starvation. Okay? A goal, generally, of a head of household is to move your family away from starvation, either in a nutritious way or in more calories, okay? We all need enough calories to live. What is unambiguous about this? Either a movement from C1 to C2, in terms of moving away from starvation, having more meals in the house, is good. It increases your well-being, okay? Or a movement from C1 to C2B also is moving you away from the origin. It's getting you further from poverty. Okay? Therefore, SNAP, we don't know if it's going to make them eat healthier, but what is unambiguous is that it moves the household away from poverty. Okay? And food insecurity by giving them more means to purchase the foods that they prefer or in the situations they would like to have. Now again, there's other policies, of course. We want to change the situation where to make more nutritious food more available. Then it could be better based on a person's true preferences. We would like to give people more education so that they can differentiate the long-term benefits of eating more nutritious food and know how to better prepare them. That can change, that can put you in a new situation where your true preferences, I buy what I like for my family, what I enjoy cooking. Those are policies that are not implied directly in here, but what do they affect? They affect, am I going in preferences to the right or am I going in preferences to the left? It's not just preferences though, it's situation. A lot of our structural inequality helps dictate what in the model calls preferences, but I call situation. Without education, living in food deserts, without a means or good information on how to cook healthy food, what economists might generally say is your preferences moving out here to the right could be more indicative of situation. Okay.